Create post. Normal San put the finishing touches on her image and posted it to Tumblr. She had created a picture demonstrating the obvious advantages of dating a quirky, fun-loving, social justice blogging girl like herself over the airheaded bimbos like Other Girl Chan, a caricature based loosely, or not so loosely, on a girl in her class. She kept refreshing the page, watching the likes and reblogs roll in. Her self-esteem boosted, Normal San went to bed, making sure to check her privilege before she turned out the lights and closed her eyes. The next morning, Normal San shuffled into school wearing a faded Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix t-shirt and jeans. She cast a glare in the direction of Other Girl Chan, who was currently checking her reflection in the mirror and applying gratuitous amounts of hot pink lipstick. What a slut, Normal San thought to herself, knowing it was okay to refer to her with such a term, because she had recently reblogged a signal-boosting post about Coney and had therefore earned the right to use one sexually demeaning term. As the bell rang and Normal San wandered out of class, her books clenched against her chest, she heard a voice behind her. "Did you get any of that?" It was Other Girl Chan. She was, as usual, holding no books or even a backpack, just an oversized brand-name purse filled with makeup. "Sorry?" Normal San asked. "Did you get any of that? Today's lesson, I mean," Other Girl Chan said, twirling some of her long, probably fake blonde hair around her finger. "What do you mean? This was the easiest class ever. The white people took over Africa and began subjugating the African Americans, which is why they're in poverty today and is why white people are disgusting and privileged. What didn't you understand, or were you just not paying attention?" Other Girl Chan looked confused. "I guess I'm just not as good at this stuff as you, but why are they called African Americans if America didn't exist yet? Shouldn't they just be called, like, Africans or something?" Normal San couldn't believe the disgusting racism coming out of this bitch's mouth. "I wouldn't expect someone as privileged as you to understand the struggles of minorities," Normal San spat. "Why are you even talking to me?" Other Girl Chan shrugged. "I know you always do well, and I'm just worried I won't pass this test. Maybe we could, study?" Normal San analyzed her words for any hints that she might be secretly making fun of her. This awkward silence went on for far longer than is socially acceptable. Finally, Normal San spoke. Sure? At the library, or what?" "The library's boring. It's for nerds," Other Girl Chan said. "Why don't I come to your house? If you're okay with that, or you could always come to mine." Normal San wasn't sure she wanted this popular girl seeing her One Direction and Doctor Who posters that peppered the walls of her bedroom. "How about your place?" "It's a date," Other Girl Chan said, with a grin before bouncing off down the hall. She left a lingering rush of perfume behind that tickled Normal San's nose in all the right way. "No! She's disgusting and slutty. I can't be feeling that way about her." That afternoon, Normal San knocked on the door of the large mansion in which Other Girl Chan lived. Rich little whore, Normal San thought to herself, completely devoid of any irony, despite the fact that she is also an upper-middle-class white girl. Other Girl Chan answered, wearing nothing but a tiny black bikini and denim shorts that barely went past her crotch. Normal San felt like asking if she was going out street walking. "You look good," she blurted. "What the hell? What is this, a date or something? Why did I say that? I'm such a socially awkward penguin." Other Girl Chan led her into the large decorative entry of her home. "My parents aren't around. They both work a lot. I rarely see them," she explained. "It gets kind of lonely around here." Normal San actually felt a little sorry for her, but stopped. She has money, she thought, and money's all that counts. She's a privileged bimbo who doesn't deserve my sympathy. Who cares if her family doesn't love her? And so the system of transport of slaves between the New World and Africa became known as the triangular trade. Other Girl Chan looked so proud of herself. The girls were lying on their stomachs on Other Girl Chan's large ornate bed. Normal San patted her on the shoulder. "You're getting good at this. I better not teach you more or you won't need me around anymore." Normal San blushed profusely. She wasn't sure why she just said that. What had gotten into her today? Other Girl Chan just laughed and rolled onto her back. "I like having you around. You're not like my friends. They're so fake. They would just make fun of me if I told them I needed help with history." "Well, maybe I could come back again this weekend then," Normal San said. "Maybe Saturday? Does 10 or 11 work for you?" "It'll have to be after 11, Other Girl Chan explained. "At 11 I watched that new show, Legend of Korra. It's a sequel to Avatar, and by Avatar I mean the cartoon, not the Blue People movie. Did you ever watch that show?" Normal San felt her heart skip a beat. "Did I ever watch Avatar? Did I ever watch Avatar?" "Yeah," she croaked, trying to keep her composure. "Of course I've seen Avatar." "Wow, you're like the first person I've ever met who likes it. I wish more kids our age were into stuff like that," Other Girl Chan said, rolling back onto her stomach. "Well, there's actually a lot of people I know who love Avatar," Normal San chirped, "especially on this site called Tumblr." Normal San froze. Now she'd done it. She'd given away the secret. You're not supposed to tell them about Tumblr. "Cool, you've got to show me on Saturday. We can discuss Korra too, and maybe even get some studying done," Other Girl Chan smiled. Normal San wasn't sure she'd ever seen the popular girl look so genuinely happy. "Yeah, Saturday works. See you then," Normal San squealed, suddenly feeling uncomfortable with herself. She was getting up to leave when Other Girl Chan gently grabbed her arm. Normal San's first thought was that her skin was so soft, she'd have thought it'd be crusty and dry from being so tanned, or at least that's what Tumblr had taught her. "Give me a kiss before you go," Other Girl Chan said, with no apparent sarcasm. Before Normal San could react, Other Girl Chan had leaned in and pressed their lips together. For all of Normal San's posturing on Tumblr, she was still a virgin. In fact, she'd never even kissed a boy or a girl in her life. Yet here she was, sharing what seemed like an endless kiss with a girl she'd despised 12 hours ago. In reality, the kiss was less than 10 seconds. Other Girl Chan pulled away, brushed Normal San's long black hair out of her eyes, and waved goodbye. Normal San slowly stood up, returned the wave, and walked out of the room as quickly as she could, so Other Girl Chan wouldn't see how red her face had gone. As Normal San walked back to her car in a numbed haze, she had only one thought. Does enjoying that kiss make me cis-privileged? Creamsicle Fanfiction Part 2. The Air Conditioner. I'm still not getting the difference between an ionic bond and a covalent bond. Other Girl Chan buried her face in her hands for a moment. Normal San rubbed her arm in what she hoped was the least romantic way possible. Don't worry about it, you'll get it. Other Girl Chan rolled onto her back and closed her eyes. If Mr. White fails me on this test, I'm not going to pass chemistry. You've got the 3 science credits you need to graduate, right? So it's okay if you don't pass this class, Normal San said, hoping this cheered her up. It didn't seem to. I know I don't need the class to graduate, but I want to get this stuff. It's like a principle, you know? Normal San was pleasantly surprised at how seriously Other Girl Chan was taking her classes. She'd assumed the popular girl just blew off schoolwork. Why don't we try something different, Normal San suggested, pulling out a laminated sheet of paper. Using this periodic table, tell me how many protons the atoms of these elements have. Beryllium, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur. Other Girl Chan studied the table for a moment, trying to remember which of the dozens of little numbers represented the number of protons. 4, 8, 15, and 16? Normal San cheered. Always remember, it's the big number above the element name. The proton number never changes, so it's easy to remember. You're a pro. More like a proton, am I right? Other Girl Chan asked with a big grin. Normal San just giggled while having the sudden urge to kiss her. What? Why do I keep having these stupid feelings? Oh, it's almost 11. We've got to watch Legend of Korra, right? Other Girl Chan asked. Normal San nodded, and the pair turned to the TV. When the episode was over, Normal San immediately went on Tumblr and checked her track tags, Mako Korra, Mako X Korra, etc., for any gifs of her favorite ship. Ew, you're into Mako and Korra? Other Girl Chan asked. How can you? Bolin and Korra are so cute. He has a crush on her, and she doesn't even notice. It's so sweet. Normal San couldn't help but notice a slight tinge of longing in Other Girl Chan's voice. Or maybe she was just hearing what she wanted to hear. Normal San quickly changed the subject. Let's make you a Tumblr, all right? Over the next week, Normal San helped Other Girl Chan make her blog, pick a URL, reblog some posts, and get a few followers. When Other Girl Chan started amassing followers at a rapid pace, Normal San felt just a tad jealous. Great, she thought she's even popular on here. On Wednesday, both girls were excited to see that Other Girl Chan had passed her chemistry test. Although the final was still looming, her grades and knowledge of the material was making it pretty likely she'd pass. So that weekend, the girls decided to focus on pre-calculus. Normal San had taken that class last year, so she felt confident she could teach her blonde counterpart to be an expert in no time. As the girls studied pre-calc at Other Girl Chan's house that Saturday, they were having trouble focusing. Why does it feel like it's 85 degrees in here? Normal San asked, wiping sweat from her face. Probably because it is. The air conditioner's broken, I think, Other Girl Chan said. My dad won't be home until tomorrow, and I don't want to call a repair company. I don't want some creepy, sweaty, college dropout air conditioning repair dude coming in here while we're alone. Normal San felt frustrated. Well, first, not everyone can afford college, she stated slowly, trying not to sound like a social justice crusader. And second, air conditioning repair is a respectable job. The kids at the local community college, they have the highest placement rate in the country. Don't knock it. Other Girl Chan smiled. All right, so we'll call some cute air conditioning repair student to come fix it, and when he comes in, threesome? Normal San's face went red. What? What? I mean, if Other Girl Chan placed her finger against the brunette girl's mouth. I'm kidding, Snowflake. Snowflake? Yeah, that's my nickname for you, because you're like a special snowflake. The two girls lay there, looking at their math books in awkward silence. Finally, Other Girl Chan addressed what they'd both been thinking. You're not all hung up on that little kiss I gave you a couple weeks ago, right? Normal San shook her head over dramatically. What? What kiss? Oh, that kiss. Was that even really a kiss? I totally forgot about it. It was nothing. Don't worry. I didn't even remember it until you just mentioned it. All right, I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes I do that. I give my friends a little kiss, goodbye. I'm not like a lesbian or anything, don't worry. Normal San cut her off, her social justice sense tingling. You know, actual lesbian girls get upset at that kind of stuff. When you kiss other girls for attention, it demeans them. Other Girl Chan furrowed her brow. Really? Whose attention was I trying to get? Because, as I recall, we were alone. The two girls just lay there again in awkward silence. Normal San could only focus on how damn hot she was. She felt like she was going to drown in sweat. Are you wearing anything under that t-shirt? Because you could just take it off, Other Girl Chan said slowly in what sounded like a suspiciously seductive tone. Or maybe Normal San was hearing what she wanted to hear again. But her desire to not suffer a heat stroke was overriding her desire not to embarrass herself, so she proceeded to take her shirt off. She had a simple white bra on underneath. Other Girl Chan made no attempt to hide what her eyes were focusing on. In one swift movement, and without saying anything, she moved so her body was parallel with Normal San's. She wrapped one arm around the shorter girl's waist, then slowly moved so she was on top of her. Normal San tried to protest, but no words were coming out of her mouth. Other Girl Chan leaned in and kissed her. Their previous kiss was quick and simple. That wasn't the case this time. Other Girl Chan easily got Normal San to open her mouth and then slid her tongue in. Normal San let out a little squeal and just closed her eyes, wanting to enjoy the ride. As they made out, Normal San felt Other Girl Chan's fingers slowly unbuttoning her jeans. Normal San wanted to speak up, but she also didn't want to stop kissing her friends, so she did nothing but shiver with anticipation as Other Girl Chan shimmied her jeans down just far enough to see her underwear. The blonde girl then started gently running her fingers over Normal San's crotch and upper thighs. Thump! Other Girl Chan sat up suddenly. Was that a car door? She ran to the window to see a shiny black Lamborghini in the driveway. Shit, my dad said he'd be back tomorrow. What the hell? Normal San barely heard what Other Girl Chan said as she was just laying there staring at the ceiling in shock. She got up, pulled her jeans up, and grabbed her things. All right, Snowflake, I'll see you next weekend, Other Girl Chan casually stated as if she hadn't just been on the verge of taking her friend's virginity. Normal San nodded and walked out the door. Hey, at least now you'll get that air conditioner fixed.